Hi, how are you?
Hi, Theo. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming. So I've known you for a while now. You are a member of Huga, and you have an awesome job title. You're like one of the only people that I know who have this job title. But that's just all to say that, like, I know a couple people who do awesome things like you, but you actually made it into your profession. So do you want to talk about that a little bit and what you do?
Yes, I would love to. I'm super passionate about helping others through organization of their spaces.
Okay.
So I have given myself the title of CEO and professional organizer.
Okay.
Because I do come in and really revamp and bring the spaces to success. I don't think it's just about playing. I know sometimes people say, oh, sometimes it's like Tetris, getting all your stuff to fit in, but it's a little bit more than that. I mean, before I launched this, I've always loved organized systems.
Okay.
And
Wait, before you say launch this, what's the name of your company?
Oh, Spaced by T,
Okay.
professional organizer.
Okay, and then go ahead. Sorry to cut you off.
It's okay. So my original career, I went to school for finance and I graduated, started out my career in auditing. So I've always loved systems in that sense. But auditing sort of didn't give me that creativity and sort of that the people interaction that I wanted. I really do thrive with like
what kind of auditing?
internal processes and financial compliance.
Okay, I could only imagine you coming into a corporate office with your like
energy. They moved me on
in the auditing department. Like everybody's like, chill out.
They moved me onto a different team where it was more about presentations and discussing audit findings, which was perfect for me because then I got to talk about everything that we found, and it wasn't so much just the researching and pulling out the books. So I was so happy to see that company. And back then it was Aetna Health Insurance. They had channeled my energy and moved me into an auditing role, but to present the auditing findings, which I thought was great.
Okay, and so now you have Space by T, professional organizer, to say the least. But you want to make that distinction between like you're not going into like a hoarder's house and like helping that. You are going into a high value, motivated, functioning client's house who just has a lot going on and just making their life easier. Did I say that correct?
Absolutely. Yeah, you really did nail it. So before I'd even launched Space by T, this dream firm of mine, I actually also spent majority of my career in talent acquisition and recruitment, project management. So staffing. I was hiring people. I was in charge of career fairs, job fairs, campaigns to recruit thousands of people. I was working with hiring managers and unit managers. So it really helped me realize I am such a resourceful trafficker.
Yeah.
And also just like, I put out fires and I figured and then I also realized working a full-time job, I said, I wish I had someone who could do the other stuff for my house that needs to get done, that I want done, but I just don't have the time to do. And then that's sort of like that brainstorm idea is what then transpired into Space by T. I thought I could do this. I currently help people professionally. I could help them professionally in their homes, figuring out optimal solutions for like what you need to keep, what you don't need to keep. I would say like the biggest are my ideal client. Yeah, it's not hoarders. It's someone who wants the change. It's almost like bringing someone into a fitness, like a gym studio or like a Pilates class. If they don't want to do it, if they don't want to try to get fit, there's no point of them being there. And that's my thing. I'm not trying to push my organization lifestyle onto anyone. I'm trying to help someone who's seeking to attain that. I want to help them bring them up to that level. And so it is for those who are looking for the change, who are ready to embrace it and open to those new ideas. The other biggest thing with organization, it is not just throw away. It's changed habits.
Yes.
Like last night, someone asked me at Huga, hey, Tina, have you ever gone to a client's place, organize their space?
Shout out to Huga.
Shout out to Huga. We love our community. And someone said, what do you do when they don't put their stuff back? And then they have to hire you back. I said, well, they can choose to hire me back if they want to. I said, and I would love to go back to that client. I said, but the problem with that system was the client wasn't following through. They didn't change behaviors. If I set up a place for you to put your jeans and you choose not to do that and choose to keep putting them on your kitchen counter, they're going to stay on your kitchen counter.
Yeah, exactly.
And so that is not a flaw with the system. That's a flaw with the onus on coming into being ready to make those change behaviors.
Okay. I want to go back to like you working as a project manager. I have a theory because I was a project manager for 10 years and Local 3 Electricians Union. So I have a theory that like project managers make probably the best business owners because we deal with so many people, with so much budgeting, with so much planning, with so much making sure that we are on track with everything. That I see so many people who were high functioning project managers who are now like, I own my own business. Yeah, because we learned everything throughout those years of like managing characteristics and emotions and money. It's insane.
Yes, and navigating the different types of personalities. Yes. Because when you are in a project management role, you are the middle person. Yeah. So you're speaking to the person who may be making the highest salary, but then you're also speaking to the person that may not be the highest in the totem pole, like career-wise, because there's also that level of relationship building you need.
So how long has Space by T been like a thing? Like full-time in it?
Okay, so there's two parts to that question. So Space by T was a thing since July of 2022.
Okay.
Space by T became my full-time business now, and this is what I'm doing, April of 23. Okay. And what changed from the summer of 22 to April of 23 is I was still working full-time, and my company did a massive layoff, and I was part of a massive workforce reduction. So I received severance, and I use that as that opportunity from the universe to tell me I'm taking this away from you because you need to start doing this. Yes. And I have learned that the universe isn't going to hand me things. The universe always gives me these little blessings in sort of a like, I'm going to kick your butt kind of way, make sure you got this lesson through kind of way. Oh. So I feel like that's it wasn't like, oh, okay, here's your severance and now you will just go and launch and build your business. No, I ran through that severance like after whatever weeks it was. Then I was on unemployment, which basically is nothing. And I just kept hustling to get more clients onto my schedule, get my name out there to Space by T. I want people to think Space by T when they hear professional organizing. When they think of someone who's like, I need someone to help me out with this, I want to be that solution that comes to their mind.
So like now that, it's a full-time thing and hustler's mentality, we're trying to get these clients. What is a client that you've had so far, which was like your dream client that's like, yes, this is the client I like, this is the clients I want to get over and over again, this is what I want to do?
Honestly, my dream clients, a lot of them have come from my personal network or Hygge. So shout out to Hygge again. My dream clients are those who also have big dreams. So they are someone who's working on something so big but they still want their kitchen organized. Yes. And it's like someone that cares about every aspect of their life. And it's someone who has a combination of being humble because they realize I need help and I love that because that's accountability, that's ownership, and that's someone that's admitting like, I need this. I need something new to come into here to help me like get to that next level. And it's like a big step. It's hard to recognize that. But ideal clients are those who I would say healthy lifestyle, who have like really full lives and they don't love organizing, but they appreciate it. So they like to outsource it because they want it in their life. It's not for them. They have better and bigger gifts that they want to put into other spaces. And those are the dream clients. Like everyone's got their gifts. Mine's organizing and helping. And I made a joke about this to someone else. I'm like, it's like I play dollhouse in other people's houses. I love it though. And they come
because home. If you come into a house and you might see what other people might not see, and they're here every day.
Yes. And the other thing is, I do want to preface, it's not just homes. I mean, I've gone into businesses. I know you and I have even talked about helping you get some systems set in with like all of your equipment.
Look at all these wires and stuff on the floor.
I have virtual reality business owners who have hired me to help organize their spaces because it's like the stuff gets to be too much and you want to think about what's next, but you have this clutter in front of you. So it is a great investment to let your mind like free up to focus on what you want to grow on.
So I know like you and Sam Lopez are like besties.
She is, yes.
So I feel like your organizing and her interior designing kind of like overlaps. Like, have you guys done any like projects together? Do you guys collab a lot?
We collab a lot.
Okay.
We have not had any physical projects together, like with a paying client. We've done projects together on our own things. So her and I have worked together on spaces in my house. Her and I have done we are actually planning on doing some spaces in her house together.
All the way in Connecticut?
Huh?
All the way in Connecticut?
Yes.
Okay.
This is why hers hasn't happened yet, because I'm like, I have like a full life. I have like young kids. Like, and my kids are like still sort of need me all the time. So I haven't made it up to Connecticut yet. But it is definitely in our near future. And we are talking about how organized living and interior design really do complement success. Like, it helps your brain get to a whole other level. Like, imagine how strong you feel when you are in shape and you've slept well. That's what that feeling of hiring an organizer and interior designer will do. We are doing all that. We're getting up at 4:20 in the morning to go to the gym for you. We're doing the workouts. We're doing all the dieting. Like, we're going to put in all of that. And I don't mean we physically are. I mean, like, from an analogy, like, we're doing all the good habits your home needs to get to where you want it, because you don't have time to do it. Well, we're going to do it for you. And they go hand in hand. And we also do have very similar, like, personalities. We laugh at the same things. We notice the same things. We giggle at a lot of similar stuff, which I don't even know why I laugh at some things. And then I'm like, why are you laughing at that? And she's like, I don't know. I always thought stuff like that was funny. And and then we start cracking up again. So she is very talented.
I know you're super active on social media, and you know what space I see you in? Don't you sometimes watch those TikTok videos where people are just organizing and it's just the sounds of like you should do more of that.
What ASMR?
ASMR, yes, that's what it's called.
Actually, it's really funny because my son came up to me with like some thing and he's like, isn't this a cool ASMR thing? And I'm like, I'm hearing more about this. Yes, I like to put audio in the background because I just feel like audio sounds nicer and it can kind of let you let go, but I am reading a lot more.
Yeah, just get like one of the mics. We have those mics here, and then you just have it and just shh.
Yes, people. I'm reading more about that. And I guess it could have just been also the way that I campaigned or grew things before, like when I was in recruitment, like the way I would campaign to grow attention or enthusiasm for like a career fair or like a job fair we were hosting, it was always social media. That's like how I was going to get to the most people at the quickest time to try to sound as exciting as possible. So I used a lot of those principles into my social media. I do have a little light social media strategy that I use though. And I think this
Talk
is
to me
why
about it. Talk to the marketing guy about it.
Yes, I think this is why people and even marketing experts come to me and tell me I do a great job. And honestly, that feels so good because coming from an expert, and I appreciate expert energy, expert advice, because I love when people come to me as an expert. So I really adore that. And I will say, when I hear marketing experts tell me I'm doing a good job, it makes me feel so good.
Yeah, you are doing a great job. I think it's a lot of the rawness. That's like what's in right now, like the raw feeling like you know the person, that they could be your bestie, that kind of thing.
Yes.
And that's a lot of you. You're just like loud and not loud in a bad but very personable, and like you make people feel welcome, and it's just like, oh my god, I love her in my house, I love her in my business, I'd love for her to organize because she's gonna tell me how it is, and I feel like I already know her.
Oh yes, and that is really what I'm going for. And I think that goes down to one of my core principles, and this is also why I was so good as a recruiter, is that I value quality relationships so much. I do believe in investing in relationships. I want clients to see what I can add, so I put time into sharing why I think they need to hire me, or why they should bring me in, or give me a chance, or at least get to know me, or follow my page, follow my tips. But I do have the strategy where I want to constantly post something with the purpose of it needs to motivate, inspire. I like to be funny sometimes, so sometimes there's just like some relatable humor about me, like talking to myself, and it's funny because I know other people out there are a little bit quirky like me and get it.
Like the one where you climb through Sam's window.
Oh, that's my kitchen. Yes.
That's your kitchen. Yes. Or did she climb through your window?
Yes,
I don't know. Someone climbed through a window.
We did so many different versions of that. She climbed in, and then I climbed in, and I have so many any different captions to that video, I have other stuff coming with like different captions to that scene.
Yes, I should have invited her too. We could have all had a conversation.
I know she's actually not here in Long Island this week.
I know she was here last week because we are in another marketing group, group LIE, and so
you're in that.
Yes.
I've heard really good things about it, but I've only went there once, and I only got to stay there for like 30 minutes because I had to run out, and then they couldn't they don't let you come back
No,
twice.
it's only once.
Yeah.
But we have a gala coming up if you want to come to the gala.
It's pricey.
I know. Let me see if I can get a ticket for you.
Really?
Let me see. Yeah, let's see.
If you can?
Yeah, let's see if I can get a ticket for you.
Because I know Sam's going.
Sam is definitely going. She has to go.
Yes.
Yes.
It's on 10/10. I even have it because she's like, will you be my date? I was like, sure. And then she told me how much the tickets were. I was like, oh, dude, like that's a lot for me not really knowing anybody.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, well, you know Sam, you know me. Who else? You know Rich Tavares.
Oh, he's in it too?
Are you close with Jen Fink?
She's there too.
Yes, Jen Fink. Who else is part of Who is part of LIE?
No, okay, but those are enough of my people for me to feel like I feel safe here.
Yeah. And there's enough people for you to feel safe there. And it's a fun night. It's a late night. It's at Ohika Castle.
Yes, I know.
It's
I have it in my planner. I have all the details for it.
Yeah,
10/24. Had it 10/24 or 10/10?
I think 10/10 is the ACLD gala. That's next week.
10/24. No. You're right.
Yeah.
It's 10/24. That's the last Thursday.
Yes, the last Thursday of the month. So, like, you definitely want to take Friday off. After that, like, do not work that Friday.
I think I already have a project that Friday,
though. My God, because it starts at, like, 6. It goes all the way through 11, but then there's, like, an after party. And the after party, like, goes to, like, maybe, like, 2, 4 in the morning.
Sure.
And last year, I didn't book a room, but this year I plan on booking a room. Because I'm like, I'm not leaving.
Yeah, because then you want to like take advantage of all the fun and everything that's happening.
Yeah, exactly. So, I'll see if I can work something out. Let's
awesome.
have fun.
I love that.
It's Havana Nights theme, so you have to come like Havana Nights, like.
Mm-hmm. Well, when I came to the meeting, they had said the theme, and then Sam and I even talked about outfits. So like, I showed her like the dress I was gonna wear, and she's like, "It's perfect." And so then when I realized how much it was, I'm like, "Oh, I thought it was like $350 for 2." So I was like, "Sam, I'll split it with you."
No, it's like $300 for one.
$350 for one person. Yeah,
something like that.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot.
Well, the reason it works out for us is because if you're a member, you have to pay for your ticket in the dues. So it's like, your ticket price is in the dues because you have to buy a ticket as a member. Yeah. So like when you pay in the beginning of the year, it's already paid for.
It's already sort of taken care of.
Yeah, exactly.
And it makes sense. Like, because you guys are in it, you go all the time. It's a once a month thing, right?
Once a year. Oh, no. The meeting's once a month, the last Friday of every month, except in August because everybody's away. But this year we had a barbecue. This August. So it's a fun place.
I might actually look into that. I forgot about LIE because I know I'm not in a BNI. Okay. Oh, you know that I've dabbled in some of them. They weren't really.
You came last week to the one.
Yes, you weren't there.
I know because I had jury duty.
What?
I had jury duty. I was called in for jury duty. I was feeling a little under the weather, so I rescheduled for like October 21st, which is like a Monday. So
good.
I missed it, but I have to go back on the 21st.
So I went, I did my 2 visits. I love that group.
Yeah.
Actually, when I was there, they added like 3 extra tables from the week before. So it's like growing rapidly.
Yeah,
it's a good group.
It's a really good group.
I like the people in it. Like, I feel like they're my people. Like you, Adam, Josh.
Yeah.
Like Wayne is there, so it just feels like, and I really like the real estate guy, Joe.
Oh,
Joseph
John Savoca.
Yes, John. Yeah. So is his name John Anthony or just John?
I don't know, but I know him by John, but it might be John Anthony. I mean, John Anthony Savoca.
He comes up on my phone as John Anthony.
Okay.
And on Instagram and social handles, he's John Anthony.
Okay, so it's John Anthony.
Like, that's 3 syllables. John Anthony, 4 syllables.
You have a thing where like the more syllables, the more powerful the name.
It's long to say. Like, if I have to get your attention fast, it won't be fast enough. Like, John Anthony.
Yeah.
I already forgot
my full name is Theodore, so that's 3 syllables.
Too much. Theo, that's Theo. I'm like, Teddy Cakes is cute. That's
been since high school. Oh my God.
That is the best nickname.
Yeah, that's been since high school.
Cake. It's such a friend cute thing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So like what new projects are you going to be working on? Do you have anything coming up? Like what are the benefits that you get? Because I know that you are like a preferred vendor or supplier for a container store, right?
Yes. So that was a really cool partnership. I applied for a brand ambassador program with the Container Store because I do love their products and obviously what they stand for, in what they serve, like what they sell. And I was accepted into their ambassador program at an expert level, which is really cool because how they determine your level is based on how big your following is, how much you post, and how much you're buying from them, obviously, because like they can see that the more product you're buying, they're obviously like, this is not all just for my house, it's for multiple different projects. So it was really great to get that. The nice thing is when you do now work with me, that is something that I now have a really great partnership and discount with the Container Store. If I need access to anything, they will open the stores early for me. I can go in and browse with a client.
You're like VIP.
Yes, I can get access to their stores at closed hours. We could even go at 7 a.m. If I have like a client that's like, I want to go shopping with you, I could do that and pull my brand ambassador card.
I feel like that's like so millennial. I feel like back in the day, it's like, yeah, I got breakfast at Tiffany's. I was the only one. Now it's just like, yeah, I get breakfast at Container Store.
Yes. Or even like some of my older, like my boomer clients might like that because it's like they want to be involved with it, but at the same time, they don't like going to the crowds. Container Store in this area, whether it be Huntington, when I'm in Jersey or I'm in Pennsylvania, or even here in Westbury, it's always a zoo. Everywhere is so packed because we are just a consumer-driven society.
Yes.
So this is why I'm like, okay, Container Store's packed, but people are trying to organize, people are trying to systemize their life, which is great. But it's a lot of work to go in and out, buying the product, getting the product into your car. I think sometimes people forget how much labor it is. Even like buying groceries. If you buy groceries for a family for a week, it's work. You're buying the groceries and putting them in your trunk, then carrying them into your house and then putting them away and then preparing everything.
We turned into such a concierge culture, I would say, like between like Uber and like now as we're getting older and getting more into this business world, I've ran into people who will, like, you tell them what car you want, they will do everything for you and drop the car off at your house. I don't even have to go to a dealership anymore.
That's how I got my car.
Yes, that's how I got my lease as well. It's like, I don't want to do any, like, I don't want, like, if I don't know you and if you can't provide me with a service that, like, is like concierge that makes me feel like, you know, I'm the only one, I don't want it.
Yes. I think we're really getting, and some people are really getting into this, can you just do it for me so I can do what else I want to do?
Exactly.
That's another piece of it. Like for me, for example, as a first-time business owner, I hired a web designer and graphic designer to help me build my site, create my logo. And I remember so many people kind of questioning that and saying, why did you hire someone? You've worked in corporate. You know how to do all that. I said, but I don't.
Time is money.
Yeah, and I was like, I never built a website. I never even created business cards. Creating my business cards for the first time, I think maybe took me 90 minutes. Yeah. And these are the things that are so humbling as a first-time business owner, because when I worked in corporate, when I said, I need 300 marketing flyers for the job fair. You just go to marketing department. I didn't have to go and create it. Yeah. I wasn't even allowed to change around the wording with how I sold our positions. It was very corporate rules, you know, like say this, say that, and everyone just took care of it because there's so many systems set up. And that's the thing with when you go into business, you envision how you're going to run business, but then you realize, oh, there's so many things I got to do, and everything takes so much time. Yes. So yeah, it is strategic to outsource what you can to an expert. Why would I try to learn web design, you know?
Yeah. So what are the future goals? Where do you see Space by T in 1, 3, or 5 years?
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
It's fine. It's okay. Yeah, it's fine. Go ahead, turn it off.
Edit that out. I'm sorry. This is like a garbage call. It even says like telemarketer on Apple.
Oh my God, telemarketer ruining the podcast. Yeah, no, it's all right.
I'm so sorry.
It's the realness. 1, 3, or 5 years.
Goals. absolute growth, of course. And I don't mean just revenue-wise. I mean in my exposure-wise. I want more people to think Space by T when they think of their organization goals. And to just continue like outreach with it. But I want to keep organizing and I want to keep instilling this like healthy lifestyle. I would love to also bring on some project leads, like someone to come in onto projects with me more regularly and help me build and sell more of the projects. That is the plan. But at the same time, you know, it might not.
Do you want to stay in the organizing aspect of it, or do you want to grow where you just have like a bunch of organizers?
You know what? Honestly, I think another partnership I recently added onto my services is closet design. So I work with Alcove Closets, and I am also one of their like affiliated professional organizers that help clients get their closets built out and set up with them, and they're very reasonably priced. One thing I kind of see myself getting into more is maybe getting more into the closet design space and then having a team come in to do like the organizing part.
Yeah, I definitely need that closet design. You should see my closet at home. It's ridiculous.
It's almost like we need to start off with a fresh start. And I think sometimes with like organizing, yes, there's one piece to it, but if we want to make it like take it to the next level, let's like rebuild a whole system for you and then get it organized. And
the only system I know is like Alpha.
Alpha's a great one.
Yeah.
And the container store, I mean, Alpha is literally one of the best. But Alcove offers a little bit more of like that finished luxury look. Alpha's more like build and stack. It's got the metal pieces, the wires, and it has all the accessories to make it look more finished. But the Alcove closets just come as finished beautiful
Where
closet.
do you put, okay, let's talk a little shit. Where do you put IKEA closets between like Alpha and Alcove? Because, you know, you go to IKEA and they can build your whole thing out. Like, have you had any good experience with them?
IKEA is...
That says it all right there.
I love IKEA for Playroom.
Yeah.
Because Playroom is for short-term solutions. Like, you know, no one's going to really keep the Playroom forever. But I personally don't love IKEA closets. I feel like they sort of deteriorate. They're dusty. They're kind of like messy and like crusty, dusty a little bit.
Starter. That's like the
starter.
Yes.
I like it for starter places, but like for someone who has a really big, beautiful home, I don't suggest going to IKEA because, you know, sometimes saving money up front is just going to end up costing you more in the long run. Yeah. And you may as well just invest right and get it done. And they do say this truly successful people aren't thinking about saving pennies and a couple dollars. They realize you put the money up front.
They're thinking about quality of life, not saying yes. Yes. Yeah. Have you ever heard of dupe.com?
Dupe? No.
It's like a website where it's mostly for furniture, so it's probably more for like other things, but if you find like really high-end furniture, you put the link in like dupe.com and it'll find like an almost exact match, but like not as high-end.
Oh wow, no way.
Yeah. That's what's making me think of right now.
Oh wow.
I think it's dupe.com. I could be wrong.
I don't know, but that's really good for interior designers to know too.
Yeah.
Because I do sometimes have clients ask me if I do design with the organizing, and I really don't.
Okay, that's why you need Sam.
I am not.
We're manifesting you guys are going to get a project before the end of this year. You got 3 months.
Oh, I hope
manifesting.
So. I'm trying that. I was on my 2025 goal to do something with Sam.
No, we'll push it up to 2024. We'll put the pressure on you guys. So do you want to mention anything else? How can we find you? How can people get in contact with you? How can we follow you? All that. Give us all the good stuff.
Okay, so if you are someone who's looking for you feel like you're not sure what to do in life and you're like, I have so much stuff. I want to get in shape. I want to do this. The first thing to do is try to organize your space. Okay. So for anyone, even before you find a therapist, get your space organized. It's going to clear up so much for you. So that's my first, like, if anyone's feeling stuck in any sort of way, you don't have to make a big investment. We can even start off with a small package. Let's do 4 hours and see how much you'll benefit from it. Yeah. But that is something I would say is like, let your space be organized. It is an underrated self-care tool, I
Yes.
think. And if you do want to find me, I do have my website, spacedbyt.com. I'm on Instagram, very active on all the socials, LinkedIn, Spaced by T. I'm on TikTok as the funny organizer because I told you I do like to add humor into my posts. And on Instagram, I am spaced_by_T_. But if you just type in Spaced by T, it'll show
pop
up.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it will pop up.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for coming by, and we need to do some work together. We definitely do.
We're going to do more stuff. I want to do one of these again, too.
Yeah, so we'll definitely do. We'll get more people next time. We'll have a party.
Sam.
Yes, we should get Sam.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Tina.